Welcome to This American Girl Reads. My name is Kirsten, and today we are doing something a little different. It is very early my time. I am only freshly awake. I am not dressed or ready to be in front of a camera, but I did want to get something recorded quickly so that I can finish up all my April and early May videos because that is one of my busier times at work, and I need to be able to have everything scheduled and ready to go and not have to worry about it. So today we're going to do an old classic. We're going to do a tier ranker. When I first got into American Girl back in 2021, tier rankers were still pretty popular, and honestly, they were the kind of content that I did truly enjoy. Honestly, because I really liked arguing with whoever was on the screen. I'd love to say that it was, oh, I have a clock going off. I'd love to say that it was because I had like a really nuanced interpretation of how to approach tier rankers and that I fully respected and appreciated the opinion of everyone who was doing the tier rankers. And I want to be clear, I actually like everybody has their own opinion about different things and I do respect that, but I also love to argue. And so I would just sit there and be like, why did you put that one in this rank? Clearly, objectively, you were wrong. Even though I'm, of course, it's an opinion. Like, I did understand that it's an opinion. Okay? Just to be very clear, I know it's an opinion. And I hope that you will argue with me when I go through and put all of these different meat outfits into the different tiers. Because again, that is what I love. I love to hear different opinions and argue about them and figure out why somebody likes something that I hate while I explain why I hate something that you love. And that is perfectly okay. Okay? Just let's be open and honest here. It is perfectly okay for you to hate what I love and love what I hate. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and dive into this today. I hope this is recording correctly. I really don't want to have to do this again. But yeah, so here I have a tier ranker. Sorry, I am recording in my sunroom today, and my cats have full access to my sunroom, so you may hear some noises in the background, and that is my three cats not minding that it is very early in the morning and that I am not awake yet. So I have a tier ranker here. I just Google searched for historical meat outfits tier list, and this is one of the ones that came up. It hasn't been modified since 2023, but it does have Claudie, and it does have the 90s twins, and that's really all I cared about was making sure it had the most recent. And it actually includes some variations of people's meat outfits, which some of the others don't. So that's kind of neat to see. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive in. Not sure if I should do this like in order of how they're here or if I should pick and choose. I might change my mind halfway through, who knows? But let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is whenever I'm talking about someone in particular, the thing, I'm going to put it in the D tier list just to talk about it. It is not necessarily where it's going to end up. So the first one is Claudie's meat outfit. Very simple, knee-high socks, little dark blue Mary Janes, a nice, simple short sleeve plaid dress with a mint cardigan over it. I paused here for a minute because I realized I never explained my criteria for how I want to rank these. I'm gonna be honest, mostly it's gonna be just vibes. There might be some for some that I'm where I go like talk about historical accuracy as far as I understand it, but for the most part it's just going to be vibes and what I like and what I don't like. So I'm going to warn you now, pink lovers, I am not a pink lover. There's not going to be a lot of pink in the upper tiers. I really like the simplicity of this outfit, and I like that the blue dress. I mean, all of this is really versatile. I say that word a lot on this channel, and I know that, but it is something that I care a lot about. This dress can be a lot of different things. It can be used for modern girls. It can be used for several different eras, even though I never would use it for several different eras because of a mental block that I have in my head. The cardigan can be used for anybody. I have used the dark blue Mary Janes for all of my dolls. That those get shared every time. So when it comes to this, I'm gonna go ahead and at least for now put it in A tier. I don't think it's like astounding. It's not doing anything special or overwhelmingly new, but I like that it can be used for lots of different purposes and lots of different dolls. And I think it does work well for Claudie's character. Um, no frills, very straightforward, but still cute. Like that feels right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put an A tier. It's not one of my absolute favorites, but I still have a great appreciation for it. Next, we have Addie's Be Forever meat dress, and I am probably going to be in a minority here. I do quite like it. Again, D is not its permanent position. This is just so I can talk about it. Don't freak out. I'm not that much outside of the opinion, outside of the zeitgeist. So I do love the blue, and I think it really looks great on Addie. And I love the I don't own this dress. I'd like to own it at some point. But like the black velvet trim, I'm assuming it's a velvet trim. I like the little cap sleeves. I do appreciate that this dress has a similar silhouette to other outfits in her collection, and it's definitely an appropriate silhouette for the time. Like it does feel historically correct. Um, but I Addie's original meat outfit is so nostalgic for me, and it's just such perfection. That cinnamon pink is so good. And I do like this dress, but for me, the Be Forever dress, the Be Forever dress, it just feels kind of fine to me. Like I could take it or leave it. Whereas, I mean, I got my Addie is the 35th anniversary Addie, so I was very lucky to get her with the original dress. But if I had bought Addie secondhand, or if I had bought the Be Forever Addie, I would be desperately searching secondhand resources to find that pink dress because that pink dress is so perfect. I love the original meat boots. I don't take them all they are Addie's only. Addie does not share those boots. But I love them. They're just so good. The Be Forever meat boots, they're cute. Like, don't get me wrong, they are definitely cute, but I just don't think that they're as useful across many different dolls. Like, if I was willing to take Addie's original meat boots and share them, like they could be used realistically for a modern doll, no problem. Whereas her Be Forever meat boots are a little more constrained by the time period. Would I absolutely put a modern doll in them? Yes, because my dolls dress weird because I dress weird. But I just, I'm sorry. It's gotta be the original for me. There's just so much nostalgia built into that. That I know that they changed the Be Forever books to reflect her getting a blue dress instead of a pink dress. But that moment where she gets that dress from Miss Caroline is just like so big and so important. And you will pry that. It is like the one pink dress in the world that you will pry out of my cold, dead hands because I love it so much. I just think it is perfection. Next up, we have Rebecca's original historical dress. And again, I'm probably in an unpopular opinion here, but I love this outfit. I love it. There are not that many deep reds in the meat outfits. Like you can see down here, Josefina has a deep red skirt. There's some bright red accents in the Costco Molly, but otherwise, and then a little bit of the red in historical Molly, but otherwise, we are not looking at this kind of red for a lot of dolls, and it looks so good on Rebecca. Again, I think I'm in the minority here because I think a lot of people prefer her Be Forever, which, we'll see where I fall in that category. But I love this. It has velvet cuffs and trims. I like the drop waist. Again, minority here. I do like drop waist on some of the dolls, especially when the tailoring is done particularly well. It's not always done well. Honestly, it's not always done well. But I do think that this is one where if you get it on the doll correctly and you spend some time adjusting the look of it, when you get it right, it looks so, so good. The meat boots, they're kind of standard classics. Like, I have so many of these type of boots in my collection. I cannot figure out which ones are Samantha's, which one are Rebecca's, which one belong to, oh, Cecile has some of these kind of boots. So I sometimes, they're kind of interchangeable to me. Like I actually really love the style of boot. The part of me that, loves Victorian, Edwardian, early 1900s kind of looks and vibes. Like I would own those boots myself if I could. And yes, they would be dorky and super old fashioned and weird. And that is my style when I cared to dress up. So I would absolutely own those and it would be amazing. All right, next up we have Costco Molly. This is an interesting one. So I've seen this on other dolls, and I actually quite like it when it's not on Molly. I should say I don't mind it when it's on Molly. Like there's nothing wrong with it when it's on Molly, but again, as a kid who grew up in the 90s, I have a really sentimental attachment to the original meat outfits. Um, but I can also say that in some ways, objectively, this is better than Molly's historical, and in some ways, I don't like it as much. Um, I like I like when the historical Molly's is a lot more blue, and this adds more red to it, and I just don't love like in direct contradiction to what I just said about Rebecca's outfit. I don't love all the red in this. I think it's just the type of red. It's a much brighter, more cherry red, more American flag red, which makes sense for Molly, but it's not my favorite. But again, I've seen this on other dolls, and it does look really nice on other dolls. So I think I'm just gonna put it in in like the B category. Like it's fine. There's nothing that I actively dislike about it, but I don't think about this outfit. I like there are some meat outfits that like haunt me. Like I think about these two all the time. I This is probably such a weird thing to say. I mean, who thinks about meat outfits just like randomly? But I do. And these two I think about all the time. These two, I like, if somebody reminds me about them, yeah, I think about them. But if I'm not seeing a picture or seeing it on a doll, they just kind of exist out there. Next up, we have Caroline. Caroline has a very simple pink empire waist dress, very appropriate for her time and era. Um, I honestly I don't know why they put these pale pinks on Caroline so much. I feel like it kind of fades her out a little bit because she has these pale aquamarine eyes and she has blonde hair and she's fair skinned. And I just feel like it kind of makes her fade. I feel like some more saturated colors would actually look really, really nice on Caroline. And so I don't hate this by any means, but I don't love it. Like it does not give me like, oh, I want to know her vibes. Like these two dresses right here, if I knew nothing about these dolls and I just saw the dolls presented like this, I would be attracted to them. They're bright colors, they pop against them, they look interesting. She just fades and I just don't think it does her any favors. Caroline is such a beautiful doll. Her story is really well done. And this meat dress is just, I mean, it's there. It's there, but it's not even like fine. Like when I think about it, it makes me a little sad for her. Next, we have Cecile. So Cecile's interesting to me. I remember when I first got back into American Girl, I was reading a bunch of old blogs, like old blogs, like way back in the day kind of blogs that were active like 2010 through 2017 kind of blogs. And I remember seeing people say that, you know, Cecile's meat dress looks cheap. And I'm honest, like I own Cecile and I have her meat dress and I have her meat outfit. And I'm not sure about the claims that it's cheap. It's a very nice satiny material, like a heavier satin material with velvet trim, which does not feel cheap to me. I mean, for all I know, it's the cheapest satin out there and the crappiest velvet out there, but it feels nice against my fingers. It does snag pretty easily with Velcro. And like it can get runs in it because of Velcro snags. And to me, like something that's a little more tent-like and cheap wouldn't it wouldn't have that per se. So I think that her meat dress actually feels really nice. As for the shape of it, well, it's a choice. I don't know. Maybe I just actually hate what are her and Marie Grace 1850s? I think they're 1850s. I could be wrong about that. It could be 1840s. It's right in there. Maybe I just really hate 1840s through 60s fashion. But I just don't love the shape of it in a lot of ways. I think it suits Cecile really nicely. I love the color. I love the red floral accents to it. I think it looks great on the doll. But just overall, I'm just kind of on it. It it doesn't it again, it doesn't scream cheap to me like a lot of people on blogs back in the day were claiming. I sometimes even see today at different in different areas of AGIG and AGTube. It doesn't scream cheap to me. I just don't love the silhouette. I don't love the puffy sleeves. It looks good on her though, and so I can appreciate that. All right, next we have Courtney. Courtney is hard for me to judge because I don't love 80s fashion. Um, which is such a weird thing to say, being a 90s kid. And, where I lived, the 80s were still pretty relevant throughout the 90s. So maybe it's just me hating on, what I grew up with. Maybe it's just like that pushback against what I'm familiar with. But I don't love 80s fashion. I think Courtney's meet outfit is fairly well done. It's a denim skirt, a tank top with a crop top over it, uh, magenta tights, little white go-go boots, ankle boots, whatever you want to call them. I mean, it's nice. And I do like that I can use the different pieces. I do appreciate the mix and match quality, I guess, to Courtney's collection as a whole, and I like that her meat outfit, like, it actually fits in with her collection in that way. It's cohesive. But do I love it? Do I hate it? Again, I think it's honestly just one that I don't think about. Like, I don't think I've ever, since I got Courtney, I don't think I've ever put her fully back into her meat outfit. I have used many of the pieces in different combinations, but I have never specifically sought out to make this look again. So I'm just gonna put it in B for right now, and I may rethink that. Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth. Um, hmm, hmm. I have seen this one in person. I don't own it. Do I? Do I own it? No, I don't. I don't. Do I? No, I don't. I don't own it. And I don't like it. I don't like it because the fabric is I feel like it's like a taffeta or something like that. And there's a quality to the fabric where if you catch it in the wrong light, it kind of looks like it's been stained or like frankly peed on or something has gone wrong with the fabric. And it's not that there's anything wrong with the fabric. Like it's not that I've seen just a lot of stained Elizabeth dresses. It's just a quality of the fabric itself that I don't love. I also just oh, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Uh, when you compare Elizabeth's dresses to Felicity's dresses, you can see it's the shortcuts become so obvious, and that's really disappointing. That, this is kind of similar to Felicity's holiday gown, the blue one, and the Pleasant Company, and then later on, of course, the Mattel version, like the layers are present, like the different ways that you would put that gown together are present, and then this one is just a one piece. It just it I don't I don't like it. And there's so many people out there I know who just love Elizabeth and they love Elizabeth's dress. And it like this tier ranker currently makes me look like I hate pink blondes. And it's not true. I love Caroline. I love Caroline so much. But I don't love the pink on Caroline and I don't love the pink on Elizabeth, and it just doesn't work for me. And I'm sorry to all of you who are like, but that's my favorite one. Please argue with me in the comments about why I am objectively wrong. I hope that you are screaming at the screen right now about why I am objectively wrong, because that's what I love about these things. All right, onwards. Okay, now we're looking at Emily. So if you've seen my dressing my dolls for spring video, you would know that I own the dress. I own Emily's meat dress, and I use it on Molly. I actually do quite like this dress. I don't give a fig about Emily. Again, probably an unpopular opinion, but I really don't care for Emily the doll. The character, I think, does a lot of good work in Molly's books to help de-bratify Molly. But generally speaking, she's just I remain confused about why she was the best friend doll when Linda and Susan were like right there. But okay, Emily's the best friend. Got it. I do like this dress. I like the florals. I like the silhouette. I think it's a nice dress. I certainly do remember it, and I remember to pull it out and put it on Molly on a regular basis. But it doesn't quite reach the heights of Addie or Rebecca. It's good, and I like it, and I think it's nice. I also like that because of, the 40s styles can be used through a lot of different time periods, and that's really nice. So I do like that I could slap it on a modern girl, and it's kind of a throwback look, but it's not like so throwbacky that you're like, why is she dressed for Halloween kind of thing. So yeah, I like it. It's good. It's solid. Felicity Be Forever is going to be the first one that I throw in there to talk about it and then don't move it. I hate this monstrosity. I think it might be there are, I should at some point do like my tier ranking of Be Forever outfits, and it's mostly just like all going to be D tier. Like, can I do like a D and below tier? Like, where D is the winner? I hate this dress. It is my least favorite Be Forever outfit. There's only one other outfit, and it's a Samantha outfit that I think could rival my hatred for this one. Now, I have seen it in person, and it's not as hideous in person as it appears in this stock photo. This stock photo is so bad. And we all know American Girl stock photos, not great. Not sure what's going on in the studio, but like they are kind of universally not great at representing the dolls. But this is a train wreck. Why does she look like a bus? Like this poor doll, like when you have panniers on, this is not your shape. You don't look like a school bus. Ugh, poor Felicity. Like, she's not even my favorite character, doll, whatever, but they still did her so dirty with this. We're gonna move on. Other Felicity meet dress. So what I own this. This is actually the dress that my Felicity came in. And I will say I was a little surprised when I opened her up and felt the dress because I don't know what I thought the fabric would be, but I did not think it would be the fabric that this actually is, and I don't love the fabric. Um, you want to talk cheap feeling. It feels a little cheaper. The other thing I dislike about this dress, just in general, is that it felt like a cheap move from Mattel in the sense that this was already an outfit in Felicity's collection. This was her travel outfit. And then they just repurposed it to give her a new meat dress. I don't know what was wrong with the old one. Like, I don't know why they needed to rebrand Felicity with a new meat dress at a time when nobody else was really getting new. It's not like this was not a Be Forever change. Like, I'm so confused. I don't know what the history of the company is when it comes to Felicity and her meat dresses and like why they did it. Was she just selling poorly? Was this an attempt to make her like more appealing? I don't know. I will say though, I do love the purple. We don't have a lot of purple in the meat dress your categories. Like there's some definitely like Rebecca and Ruthie, a little bit of Ivy. Like there is some, but I do like the dress in general. I just feel like it was kind of a crappy move for Mattel to take a dress that was already in her collection and give it to her as a new meat dress rather than just make a new meat dress. And again, it has to have been that she wasn't selling well at the time or something because she's the only one, I think, who got she's the only one with three meat dresses. She's the only one who had like a midstream change, like very weird. And then there's Felicity's original meat dress, her rose garden dress, and probably, again, unpopular opinion, but I definitely like the rose garden dress more than the purple travel gown. And that is strictly nostalgia speaking. This is the dress that I grew up with for Felicity. It was on her covers. When I saw the doll in the catalog, that was what she was wearing. I actually do quite like it. It's a simple, I believe it's just a cotton, but I like it. Like it has a good feel to it, has a nice weight to it. I believe over the years the length of the sleeves changed, or maybe that's just the difference between the 35th anniversary doll and the original. But that's, no big deal to me. It's simple, it's elegant. I like it. I think it suits with her red hair. And that is pure nostalgia speaking. Like there is no real reason to like that one above well, I mean, there's a real reason to like it above whatever the hell this is. But There's no real reason otherwise to like it more than the purple one. I just do because that's my childhood right there. All right. Isabelle. It's fine. Like it's fine. Um I know we were all disappointed that the sweater vest and the white shirt aren't separates because that would have been more useful from a doll clothes perspective. From a historical perspective, though, oh boy, do I remember those shirts, the sweater vest with the sewn in shirt like that you could not separate. That was a thing. I don't know why. I don't know what we were thinking. It was the 90s and early 2000s. Don't judge us. There was a lot going on. This outfit is fine for me because it's so pink. And yes, it's evocative of that one movie that I've never seen, which I know is like blasphemy for a 90s kid, but I've never seen it. I know it's evocative for that. Like, it's nostalgia bait, but it's not my nostalgia. And so it's fine. Like, it's fine. Ivy. Ivy's got such a weird meat outfit, and I kind of love it because of that. It's got this cowl neck turtleneck, green, uh, they're not corduroys, they're more like a denim kind of fabric, green, and then these like boots. And does any of it match? No. Do I still kind of love it because of that? Yeah. I give me weird, give me wacky. I do actually quite like it. I like it on my Ivy doll. I don't own the boots. I have to like substitute other brown boots there, and maybe that helps me like it more because they're not these like pale tan. They're more of a medium tan boot when I substitute. So maybe that's influencing me. But I think it's delightfully weird. So I mean, it'd definitely be the bottom of my A list. Like anything else that I put here would definitely be like well above it, and I might. Does it really deserve A list? I mean, it's weird and it's wacky, but it probably doesn't deserve A list. We'll put it there. These are not in any order. Maybe I'll go back through and actually order within the tiers at the end. We'll see. Josefina's B Forever. Josefina didn't get a huge change when they made the switch over. They just brightened up her colors a little bit. Um, it's fine. Like it's a skirt and camisa and the moccasin boot style. Like there's not a lot big here, but I will say I actually prefer her original. Again, I like the deeper reds. Give me these deeper reds rather than these brighter reds. Just they don't hit for me the same way. I like a deeper red, just in general. Julie's Be Forever Meat, that is also not going to move. It is a Halloween costume. The vest is actually, from my understanding of the 70s, from listening to my mother rant about Julie's collection, the vest is actually pretty accurate. But the rest is definitely Halloween costume. Lots of people have said it better than me. I'm not gonna necessarily like rant on this forever, but I just don't love it. I don't love it. It feels costumey. I wouldn't even put one of my modern girls in this as a Halloween costume, to be honest, because I hate it so much. It's too bright. It's too blah. That's all I can say is blah. Then we have Julie's original historical outfit, and this one I like quite a bit more. Um, Similar to thing like Claudie's outfit, to an extent, Courtney's outfit. There's enough pieces here that you can switch things around and make a really nice cohesive outfit for lots of different dolls. Uh, I mean, is it amazing, outstanding, the best thing ever? No, but like, is it solid? Yeah. Definitely think it's solid. Um, and I use that turtleneck all the time. Um, and the peasant blouse is still, I mean, I don't know if it's trendy today, but like you can definitely still find them and wear them. So that's always a really nice thing. The sandals, she has little platform sandals that come with this, and I love them. They're really nice, but also I'm terrified of them because they have that plastic band on the back of them, and I'm always worried that I'm gonna snap it when I'm putting usually my Ivy, when I'm putting Ivy's feet into it. I'm like, it's gonna snap, I'm gonna destroy these, and then they're gonna fall off when I go to do a photo shoot, and that does terrify me. But I do quite like it. It's solid. It's not something that it's not any of these where like I do think about it and I appreciate it, and it means something to me. It's solidly meh, like it's fine. It's fine. It is doing the job of a meat outfit, and it does its job very well because you can use it for other things. Next is Kaya. I am not an indigenous person. I am not Namipu, so I cannot comment on the historical accuracy. I do think it looks lovely on Kaya. It's made with pretty decent materials. My Kaya was secondhand. She came in really terrible shape, actually. Her legs were just straight up falling off. But the outfit had held up very well. So goes to show that it has longevity. A lot of Kaya's outfits, like I just don't like this from a dressing my dolls perspective. They have like stiff shoulders to help maintain the shape. And I actually kind of hate it because I kind of like I don't know if it's accurate. And for all I know, it is 100% accurate, and that is what it should be, and therefore I can't really complain about it. But it makes dressing her sometimes like really cumbersome. So I don't love that, but again, it's fine. It does the job. It looks good, and I'm also putting her in the B tier because again, I don't know enough about the Nimipu people to know if this is actually accurate. And so I can't place it higher. I think I'd probably put it in A tier if I was like 100% sure that yes, this was good. Like I know that they had an advisory committee, and that they worked really closely with the nation, but nonetheless, things happen that, there's a website out there, I can't remember the name of it, but like they review children's literature that is about uh, Indigenous people. And that website kind of dunked on Kaya's books a bit. And it's run by Indigenous people themselves, so like it's not like it's a bunch of white people saying like, oh, this is bad representation. But the children's literature representing Indigenous people said like the Kaya's books are not actually super accurate in a lot of cases. So because of that, I also am not fully comfortable rating Kaya's outfit higher because I just don't know. And it sounds like there is maybe some discussion within in the community in an intergroup discussion that I don't need to be part of about whether or not Kaya's like really a good representation. So I'm leaving her in the middle because I feel like that's fair for someone who doesn't feel educated enough to make a better assumption, struggles with the arms, but can appreciate that the materials are well done, well put together, and have longevity. Next, we have Kirsten. I mean, it's good, right? I mean, okay, no. You know what's not good? You know what is not good about this outfit? These freaking boots. I do not know what Pleasant Rowland was thinking when she decided that this was going to be the design of the boots and that it was perfectly acceptable. Kirsten's cannot stand in these boots. I mean, maybe you can get your Kirsten to stand, but like it is objectively difficult to get Kirsten to stand in these boots. They are like faux leather with no sole. And so and with like a seam down the middle of the foot too. So like it just creates so many balance issues. I do not, when I put Kirsten back in her meat outfit, I do not put these shoes on unless I am absolutely sure that I am not taking photos with her. I am just putting her on the shelf to look pretty because I hate these boots so freaking much. They are so bad. When I put her in her meat outfit and when I take her out for photos, she gets one of her other boots, because these are just so bad. I do love the blue of the dress. I love the apron. I like that layering detail. I think the sleeves are nice. The little white cuffs that are sewn in at the end is really nice. Um, oh, do I drop her like a full rank because of the darn boots? Like, who else has elements that I don't like? No, oh God, this feels like so bad. I really like the dress, but the boots are so bad that it tanks it for me. And I feel bad about that, but like that is how much I hate these boots. All right, next we have Kits Be Forever. Kits Be Forever gets a lot of hate. Again, it's part of, Be Forever did a lot to like brighten the colors on the meat outfits. And so Kits in particular, I know gets a lot of hate because of how much brighter and how much more saturated the colors are. And I don't know. Like I think the dress itself is actually more like the silhouette, the look of it. Not color wise, but like the silhouette and the look of it is actually more accurate historically speaking than her historical meet outfit. But yeah, I can see why like it's very like here, let me just put these side by side again. Like the jump between these two is jarring. Especially if you're just really used to this softer vibe for Kit. Like this is like whoa. But the actual dress is more historically accurate than this sweater set thing that Kit's wearing, because sweater sets were more of a thing in the 40s. So I'm really torn about where to put these because I don't own Kit's Be Forever. I've think I've seen it in person when AG Columbus was still a thing, but like I haven't felt the material. I haven't seen the construction of it, so I don't feel 100% confident just like fully dunking on it, especially because I sit there and go, look, I know that you have everyone has issues with the brightening and the saturation and whatever, but the dress itself is actually really cute. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to give myself an out. I'm just going to put them both in B tier because I think that they serve different purposes, but I think that they're both interesting and useful. Like Kit's original, not nearly as historically accurate, but a sweater set is cute and useful in terms of multiple pieces. Kit's shoes, her meat shoes, I hate. They're like these canvas sandals, and a lot of them just did not hold up well. The skirt is cute, and then this is again very bright, and I so there's a part of me that goes like, yeah, so we're brightening, we're making all the meat outfits brighter to appeal to younger kids, and like we can have feelings about that. But I also sometimes feel like as a community, we get upset about bright colors because we're used to looking at historical images that are black and white or sepia toned, or the colors are really, really muted because maybe they've been recolored, but like not fully. So I don't feel comfortable saying that bright colors weren't a thing in the 30s. Like that's just the Great Depression talking. In a lot of ways. So I think people had bright colors. Like you think about the Victorian England, like they were wearing just garish colors together. So like bright colors, they did exist at this point in time. And so I'm not fully comfortable docking Kit's Be Forever outfit for being bright, especially when the silhouette is a more historically representative dress than technically Kit's original meat outfit is. So like there you go. Like Kit meat outfit controversy coming straight from me is that I feel very ambivalent about both of these, and I think that they serve different purposes, and I don't think either of them are bad. I'm just like bringing out lots of unpopular opinions today. Okay, I was gonna be done with Kit, but like I just want to add one more thing. I think if they had thrown like a little jacket over Kit's Be Forever outfit, it would have added to some of the historical vibes so that people felt less bad about this dress. But okay, with that, I'm moving on. Okay, Marie Grace, another pink queen. I do not own Marie Grace. I have a Marie Grace doll that I've customized because when I got her, her wig was butchered. But I actually don't really like the Marie Grace doll as she comes, to be honest. Um, the intricate hairstyle is very nice and all, but it's just not my jam. And then there's this pink dress. And I know what they were going for in terms of the style and shaping of this dress. I have seen the historical inspirations for this dress, but it is not well put together. Um, I put my Cecile in it because I want Cecile to have every single outfit available to her. And so, I do put Cecile in this. I do use this dress, but oh, the neighbor's dogs are out. I do fully recognize that there is historical merit for this dress, but it did not scale to doll size particularly well. And so it just looks awkward and weird. And I did say that the pink girls were not going to rank well in this. And this is not about it being pink. I quite like the pink plaid. Here, I actually think it's really nice. I think it is appropriate. But it's just these over the shoulder pieces that again, I know exactly which dresses. I've seen the real dresses that, were that inspired this outfit, but it does not look good on the doll. Um, it does not look like the dress that it was inspired by, and so it's got to be dropped because it just makes the doll look awkward, and I feel so bad about that. And again, do I feel kind of bad that, I have three pink girls right here? Yes, but I just don't like any of them. So let's move on to Mary Ellen. I do not own Mary Ellen, but my mother does. I love the shoes. I think the silhouette of the dress is quite nice. I like the little shrug. It is cute. The color scheme is very pastel, but I don't necessarily hate that because again, like I said, I think we sometimes interact with history through fuzzy pictures and stuff. And so, I don't feel comfortable saying that color is bad and bright colors are inaccurate. I think this is nice. Like, I think it's a solid meat outfit. I do sometimes wish the shrug is embroidered with like a little M, I think. And I sometimes wish that it didn't have that just so that other dolls could wear it. But I think it's a fun combination of things. She feels like if I saw the doll, I would be like, yes, that is a 50s doll. So like it does the job. Next we have Melody. Um, how do I feel about Melody's meat outfit? I get really defensive about aspects of Melody's collection. I'm going to pause because the clocks are about to go off. Sorry about that. More clocks will be going off, but the one that was closest to me is done now. So I get really defensive about Melody's collection because I see a lot of people kind of say that, it's not accurate to the 60s. It's not the 60s that they remember and are familiar with. And I think part of that, not all of it, like we can certainly debate some of the historicity of Melody's collection. But part of that is it doesn't look quite the same as the 60s in white mainstream culture. I am from Michigan originally, and I went to high school in Detroit, and I've been to many Detroit museums and seen a lot of fashion from the 60s in Black culture spaces. And the colors were much more like Melody's outfit here. The 60s were all bright. Like, I'm not trying to say that, one was drab and one was bright or anything like that, but these colors they feel more correct from what I've seen in museum pieces that focused on Black fashion in the 60s than probably some people are familiar with if you've really encountered the 60s through kind of more mainstream, i.e., white culture. So I get really defensive about Melody's collection because of that, because I think that there's elements that are historically correct that we're just not, as a white person, that I'm not necessarily like tapped into. At the same time, it's definitely an interesting color combo for a doll. And what I feel bad for Melody is like it's one piece. Like, yes, it's a dress that would have been absolutely worn, but it is a single piece. And so she doesn't get a lot of extra use out of this. So I'm going to put it solidly in the B tier because I think it's good. I think it gets the job done. I think that there's realistic elements here that sometimes people aren't familiar with, and so again, I get a little defensive of it. And I do think it looks really good on Melody herself. I think it is a cute dress on Melody. I really wish she had gotten more in her collection. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Gonna move on from the sadness there. Molly. Um, so this is all nostalgia, and I own it. I do like her original historical outfit more than the Costco outfit, and I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but I like the original one. Again, it's well, okay, except for the shoes. Like all of the original three dolls had like terrible plastic molded shoes, so that part's not great. But a simple wool skirt, a simple sweater, the dicky underneath, and that dicky can be used for lots of different dolls if you just want a nice Peter Pan collar to show up somewhere. So that's always nice. Like it's simple, um, but I really like it. I like using the pieces for lots of different dolls and nostalgia. Like again, this is functionally in some ways the nostalgia category because I can recognize that some of these are not like objectively as pretty as the ones down here or I think we can all agree that these suck. But like I recognize that. I get that. But just I love that. I just it's Molly. That is Molly to me. It is what it is. Nanea. Um, I love her shorts so much. I mean, I love her shorts. The high-waisted, the button details off to the side, so good. The little floral button down, sandals, like this is going up here. I really like this outfit. The shorts sell it for me. Was Nane the first doll to have shorts? No, I think Julie was the first doll to have pants as her meet outfit, whereas almost everybody else has dresses. But I think, Nanea is a kind of continuation because Julie was like, what, 2007, and she's much later. Nonetheless, I love the shorts. I love that she has shorts. I love the style of the shorts. It's so appropriate, so cute. Just adore. Nelly. Love Nelly the character, do not care about Nelly the doll. I do own her meet outfit for that I let, Samantha wear it. It's cute. Like it's objectively a cute dress. Now, I don't know if it's just my version because it's older or it was faded or something, but my experience with this dress is that the outer layer is actually like a really thick kind of white fabric, not really thick, like it's still transparent, but like barely transparent. And then the under layer, the underskirting, is the blue. And so it's really blue in this picture, and my version, the one that I own, is less blue. Um, so I'm not sure if that's just again that mine got faded or washed out or something, but it's good. It's a solid dress. I like it. It's cute. Nikki. Nikki wearing outfits that I definitely did wear at some point in the 90s. I don't think that I necessarily owned this outfit. But certainly my neighbors did, and my friends would, we would trade outfits sometimes, and I definitely remember wearing this from one of my friends' closets. So, I do this is so like this was going for nostalgia, like Isabelle's was going for nostalgia vibes, right? Like it was going hard for like, look, it's Cher from that one movie. And like, but this is where Nikki's outfit is where my nostalgia lies. But do I give it bumps because of nostalgia? Like these are nostalgic for me. Felicity, Josefina, and Molly are nostalgic for me because these were my childhood dolls that I remember. Nikki's outfit is nostalgic for me because like I remember seeing this outfit in school and my friends wearing it and me trying it on periodically. So like it's a different kind of nostalgia. Um, and I do like that, these Nick I keep wanting to call her Nicole because that's what I call my doll, but I need to refer to her as Nikki here. Nikki has some versatility to her pieces that can be used for other things, but like objectively, do I like this as much as any of these? And yeah, I gotta go with no. I do like it. I think it's good, but it's not good like these are good, and certainly not good like these are good. All right, we are in the final stretch, and it's a good thing too, because my battery is getting low. And yes, I recognize that it is not that early in the morning, but I don't usually get out of bed before 10 on the weekend. I am tired. All right, so here we have Rebecca's Be Forever look. I know that most people strongly prefer this look. They love the purple, and I will say she does look quite good in purple. I'm not going to say otherwise. I do love the velvet shoes. Um, it's a two-piece outfit. The purple skirt is not just a skirt, it's attached to a white undershirt kind of thing that goes underneath this jacket with velvet trim. It's like a woolly kind of, yeah, like tweed, like a tweed purple. And you know what? I do like this outfit. Like, I love this outfit more. I think this is a more fun and interesting, um, outfit. I think that this one helps me locate Rebecca better within the Russian Jewish immigrant community. But this one is cute. Like, I do like this. It has nice materials, nice fabric. It feels really nice in your hand. It looks good on the doll. I like this outfit quite a bit. I just don't like it as much as her original outfit. This is like gold standard for me. This is pretty darn freaking good. Ruthie, another purple outfit here. I actually do like Ruthie, honestly. I don't know why. I think it's so there's a AGIG account. I am excessively dull-verted. And she has kind of played, she does a lot of Jewish historical education with her dolls, and she has made her Ruthie Jewish, and I think it's honestly like increased my feelings of love for Ruthie. I really like the conflicts between Ruthie and Kit in Kit's books. I think that they are really important and interesting and a good way to explore class conflict even between friends who love each other, and the different kind of experiences that two girls can have when they live in the same city. Like I think that Ruthie and Kit tell a very good story together. Ruthie as a doll is like the one best friend doll outside of, like, I own Ivy. Where is she? I own Ivy. I don't own any of the other best friend dolls. Ruthie is one of the best friends that I would actually strongly consider getting at some point if I found her for a really good deal. I would make my Ruthie Jewish. I would like totally be copying I Am Excessively Dull-Verted from AGIG. I don't even care because I love the stories she's told with Ruthie in that way. That being said, I don't particularly care for Ruthie's meat outfit. There's nothing wrong with it per se. I don't think it looks all that great on her. I don't love the floral. Um, I don't love it. I don't know why. Like, there's no objective reason why. And that is why I said that my criteria for my tier ranker was vibes, because I could not tell you why I don't like this outfit very much, but I don't. I love Ruthie. I love the canon Ruthie. I love I Am Excessively Dull-Verted. I love her take on Ruthie. She has dressed Ruthie on a number of occasions in Kit's winter outfit, that gray trench with like the red hat, and like so cute. So cute. Like, again, reasons I would want to get Ruthie are strictly because of that, but I don't love her meat outfit. Couldn't tell you why. All right. Be Forever Samantha. Um, what can I say about this? So I think you can probably guess I don't love it. And I will fully admit it's because it's pink. There is, I recognize there is nothing objectively super wrong with this dress. It's not wildly historically inaccurate. I've seen some people argue that, as an Edwardian girl, Samantha should only be wearing drop waist outfits, and that's not actually true. There was variation in Edwardian costume, especially for girls. Girls did have mid waist, regular waisted things, and not just drop waist. Drop waist was certainly more common, but mid waist was not, you know, unheard of. There's some great like drawings and photos out there of Edwardian girls wearing a similar outfit to this, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Here, I'm gonna move her ahead of Ruthie, so that she can be with the other pink girls. I feel so bad. I have such a type and it's not pink. So yeah, I don't like it. I think I haven't seen it I have seen it in person when AG Columbus was still a thing. But I've never touched it, so I can't speak to the quality of the materials and how it feels in your hand. But I don't actually think that this shade of pink actually looks particularly good on Samantha. It should, right? Like, she's fair skinned, she has dark brown hair. It should objectively look good on her, but I don't like it. Um, I don't know. Argue with me. Tell me why I'm wrong about Samantha's pink dress. I mean, again, tell me why I'm wrong about any of these, but tell me why I'm being totally unfair and maligning all the pink girls and their dresses are actually way, way better than I'm willing to give them credit for. And the reason you should argue with me is because I'm going to go ahead and put historical Samantha right up here. And it's not fair. It is not fair. Objectively, This is not a great outfit. I have a early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s. I don't know. I have a 2000 or earlier Samantha that I got new in box. It was a gift from my mother. And so excited to get her. I have loved this meat dress since I was a kid. Like hardcore. I used to gaze at Samantha in the category in the catalogs and just dream of this dress. I have always been interested in Victoriana and Edwardian era outfits. Like my mom is a costumer. I did a lot of show plays that took place in this kind of era. I was really interested in Sherlock Holmes and Dickens when I was a kid. So like these kind of outfits were always something that I loved. And I loved this dress so much in particular. I just thought it was so interesting. And so when I opened up my Samantha and I pulled it out of the box, I was stunned at what this fabric feels like. It is not good fabric. It is very thin feeling. It has it's not a, I don't want to say it's a taffeta, but it's definitely like a polyester. It does not feel good. It looks good on the doll, I think. Again, drop waist is difficult with dolls. You have to like spend some time getting it into the correct place so that it looks good. If you just slap it on the doll and stand back, it generally is not going to look great. You got to spend some time adjusting the folds and the rolls of the drop waist. Um, so it looks great on Samantha. Um, but oh boy, that dress does not feel good in your hands. And I was like stunned. I was, she was my third doll that I got. My second one that I got in my, new collecting era. I had been binging all the different blogs that I could find and AGIG and AGTube, and everybody was talking about like, oh, Pleasant Company era is superior to Mattel era, like the quality in PC is unrivaled. And I opened this doll who is a PC doll and was like, this is the quality y'all are harping on? Because this is not. I have definitely felt better. And so, it was kind of shocking. And so I have that association with this dress that should objectively bring it down to B tier. I recognize this should be a B tier dress. And it's not because of the nostalgia and how often I would just stare at Samantha in the catalogs and dream of, I wanted to wear that dress so bad. They had one of those girl sized ones. And I would dream of being able to own that. Like, I don't know where I would wear it. Like, I mean, I was a weird kid, so I probably would have worn it to school, given my bullies something, to really talk about. But I wanted it so bad. I wanted to wear it. I can't even say that I really wanted Samantha as a kid. Like, I had my doll. I knew that I was only going to have one doll. I wasn't going to get other dolls. But boy, did I want that dress. And so it just gets bumped up because of sheer nostalgia. Otherwise, it would definitely be in the B tier. So that is my ranking. It is so biased. And because it is so biased, I am so looking forward to hearing your thoughts. What is your favorite outfit that I totally trashed? I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say that if there is something down here that people are going to object to, it is going to be Kirsten or Caroline. And Kirsten and Caroline have, I would say, like if I wasn't completely biased, they would actually be in the B tier for me because Kirsten, I like her actual dress and her outfit. It's just the boots are so, so bad that they bump it down. And I like Caroline's dress, not on Caroline. I just think it washes her out way too much and it doesn't do its job as a meat dress. The fact that most of these are in the B tier, I think is actually really appropriate for a meat outfit. When you think about what a company is trying to do, they want you to buy a doll and they want to change her outfit so that you buy the other outfits. And so if everybody had dresses in the S tier, why would you necessarily need to buy more outfits? Or maybe you would only buy a few outfits rather than more outfits because you already have a stellar outfit here. I think realistically, when I think about how a company would think, you want your meat outfit to be B tier. Like good, catches your eye, makes you kind of interested in the doll, makes you want the doll, but is also not something you want the doll to live in forever. So I think that, B tier is not a bad tier to be in. I think it's an appropriate tier for most of these. Um, But yeah, tell me your thoughts. What did I get horribly, horribly wrong? What are you like, yes, you should say it and you should say it loud and proud because nobody ever does? Again, Rebecca. Rebecca has a great outfit, you guys. It's so good. It's so good. It's so cute. It's so different. It's so, so different. What are the things that you're like, well, I guess I can see your point, but I also just think that you're wrong. Like, just tell me everything. I want to know it all. I love tier ranking because it's always so, it's not objective at all. And I want you to tell me why I'm wrong. I'd also love to if you tell me why I'm right. Like, I do like being told that I'm right. But I also can strongly appreciate being told that I'm wrong. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I'm going to hope to God that the sound quality is not terrible on this and that I don't have to re-record every bit of it, because that would suck. And that would mean that I dragged myself out of bed and forced myself to do this, for nothing. So hopefully you're seeing this and the first take of it, and that this video did not start out with, so I did this once already and I had to do it all over again. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe should you so desire. Again, I would love for comments in particular because I want you to argue with me. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!